Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Sorry it's been a long time, but I've had a busy schedule ahead of myself, but I hope you like this next video. Today I'm going to be filming the 320 Diesel. It's part of BMW's middle range car, but I like it. I like the looks. I think it's a smart looking car. So let's hop in and see what you think. So straight away I can see it's got, well, leather seats with some double stitching down here. It's got automatic lights, obviously floor mats, and I've noticed here it's got, I don't know if you can see this on camera, it's got some nice, it'll be better inside. It's got a quite nice veneer feature, some on the dash, some near the iDrive, and obviously on the other side. It's just a genuinely smart looking car. Standard steering wheel, it's got the paddle shifts on this, which is kind of more of an M spec, I think. General volume, telephone, voice activation, etc. Speed limit. Oh, bit of music. But I like on here, this button here, you can't quite see it, but it's got, like on the old model, you'd have your nav, your media, your menu, but this one has a map, so it just takes you straight back to the map, which I found really good. It's got, in this model, it's got Eco Pro and Sports mode, traction control, which in this car you're probably not going to need to use it, if I'm being honest, but if you want a little bit more of a poke, or an Eco Pro, there's one thing, it is quite good to the gallon. It's got a quarter of a tank, and it's got 131 miles, sorry, left, and it's got climate control kind of in the back, cup holders, a bit plasticky, but I don't know if this opens. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but handbrake off, let's go. You still get that diesel sound. I'm not a massive fan of diesels myself, but it's a nice place to be. I like BMWs, especially what they do with the inside of the cabin. It's not a bore. It's got interesting things going on around everywhere. And actually I didn't notice this, if you can see on camera, it's got silver piping. For me, I guess in a car it's three things. It has to look good, it has to sound good, and it has to be comfortable. This is the BMW individual steering wheel. I prefer the M Sport just because it looks more agile. This looks a bit clumpy for me, but it's got all the stuff you need on it, just in terms of its aesthetics. To me, it doesn't need to be, I mean, the actual, where you're holding it, the thickness of the steering wheel needs to be, for me, needs to be thick. But the actual, not that it looks bad, but in my opinion, this just, it doesn't do it for me. But the individual, I find, with the steering wheel and the packages, there's pros and cons for both. I find some of the pros on the individuals, you can, oh, look at that. A Bentley GT3 road car. Very nice. Shame you can't catch it on camera. Sorry, where was I saying? Yeah, the individual, the bonuses on having an individual is, for me, that you can specify and put your own personality into the car. So like this has the white beading in here, if you see. You can add your own little touches, like all the veneered parts on the sort of on the door handles and on the dash, which actually I really like. Gives it a little bit of a spark, and they've added like chrome little trims around the edging. Not a massive fan of the chrome trims on the outside, but that's everyone's personal touch. And this paint, it's kind of like a gunmetal metallic, and I believe that's an individual paint. It's not, it doesn't look like a standard gunmetal. It's sort of a mix between a light gunmetal and a grey, but that's just me. It's not brand new model, but it's close enough. It's got a massive boot where you can fit food shopping, golf clubs, you name it in there. It's got tinted black windows at the back, not at the front, but if you look from a distance, it sort of gives a feature of the windows, which I don't think in this car it is. I think the front, for me, is a good feature. I like the grills, I like the look, I like the aesthetics. Mean look, even though it's a 3 Series 4-door, I still think it looks really good. Not likely you're going to be sending this car into any land speed records, but it does 0 to 60 in between, well, it says this online, I'm just going from the BMW Online website brochure, that the 320 diesel twin turbo 4-cylinder does 0 to 60 time in between 7.3 and 7.7 seconds. So it's not slow, but it's not ridiculously fast, but it's a saloon car. Its MPG, so miles per gallon, is 61, and it's in between 61 and 67, which actually that's really good. But I would find it depends on the driver, depends on the conditions, depends on if you've got air in your tyres, etc, etc. So there's so many different variables that you can actually account for when doing those tests. Those tests are generally done on their best performance for that day, and they normally try and pick the perfect day when doing them. But normally people, if they keep their car in good condition, in good conditions, etc., they're pretty accurate to those, I think, in my opinion. But it also just depends who you are as a person and how you drive your car. Because if you have your foot down the whole time and you're short, sharp bursts and you drive just in the city, or you drive in small towns, you're going to get nowhere near that. Hi guys, thanks for watching another great episode of Car Talks. If you are wanting to see any more content from us, please give us a click on that subscribe button, which is the red button below the video. Also, give us a comment below and a thumbs up. That would be much appreciated.